Hello everybody, I'm the here for Doonhamer Game Channel, and welcome back to Doki Doki Literature Club. I can't believe we're back for a second episode. One episode was bad enough, but yes, here we go. Let's get back into this. Let's get back in. I don't know what the response is to the first episode as well, because I'm actually recording the second one straight after the first, which is even more embarrassing. Who should I show my poem to first? I'm going to show it to Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem, and I want her to know I am putting it in effort. Hi Doonhamer, having a good time so far? Yeah. Took the words straight out of my mouth, Doon. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do even better, bin the club. That's a good idea. I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, so I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share a poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Ahahaha! Don't worry, Doonhamer, we're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I handed Monica my poem. I like it, Doonhamer. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh no, it's cute. Kill it with fire. Ahahaha! Oh jeez. No. Kinda makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Aha! If you say so. Yep! By any chance have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning though. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Ahaha. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to be not very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle protrudes. A nosy neighbour, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel. Blind. Like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. This is a really interesting hole. I realise now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. What is that for a poem? So what do you think? Bloody creepy? Very freeform. That's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really like the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. Because you say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. Influencing my words down. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming out strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets fixated onto a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about this is, if you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. Great. I'm gonna show my poem to Natsuki now, because apparently she'll probably enjoy this. Okay, well let's start with the things I don't like. First of all, Natsuki rereads my poem. Never mind, I don't feel like giving you my opinion. Eh? What's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I want to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You're supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha! Well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. Ha, mine's better than hers. So in other words, you're saying you've liked it. Natsuki retorted, gets caught in her throat. You don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. I can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, she still needs to show me yours, right? Grr, fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can run, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. What is that? Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. It sucks! It actually sucks. What? Just be honest, I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess we went into it and I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. She's been very weird about this. I decided to humour her with that last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Such a people pleaser, man. Right, Sayori, let's see what you think with your positivity. Wow, that's a shock. This is a good poem, Doonhamer. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I am the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. Ehehe, I guess you're right. That's why it pressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Don't mention the fact I'm standing in front of you in the classroom. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Doonhamer. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Try new things like this as for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be the way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold you to that then. Yay! Now you're reading my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Hehehe. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning makes me feel like you missed me, kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Or are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. I actually hate poetry, just to get that out there. This is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write this? No, just a little bit. You can't answer just a little bit to yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. She's doing that stupid little finger thing. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. Still tried my best. Ah, yeah, clearly. Because you always do your best in the morning before you're actually going to tell or show off the thing. I didn't mean to say that. It was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs on toast. Even though you were late to school, it's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. I think what you mean is hangry. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Hehehe. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. yeah. But next time I won't forget, and I'm going to write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Right, let's see what Yuri's got. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes. More than enough time for her to start finish reading. Oh, sorry. I've got to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess that it might be after reading through it. Ah, so it's that bad. No. Did I just raise my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hand. She's Yuri's a weird one. I don't think she's quite, all with it. That's not really the best way to phrase it, actually. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes. We haven't really gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most notable thing I recognise as new writers is that they always try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing, even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased though. Biased how? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. Not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles genuinely, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining street light to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Well, I can't read that writing. I am sorry. I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that. I was. Can't even read the bloody hanging near enough. But it took you a long time to read. Ah. Well, I just don't read script anymore very often. I actually think your handwriting's pretty. Just stop buttering her up, man. Jeez. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was very descriptive. Wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Nope, not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest, since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easier to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, story isn't about the ghost at all, Doonhamer. Really? Must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you didn't really glance over it after all. But remember, the poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, experiences in work. They usually do more than tell some story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost. Lying in her last remaining place of comfort and able to let go of her past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick on those things too. Yeah, that's one thing I hated about poetry at school. You'd look at a poem and your teacher would be like, tell us what the writer meant when they said the curtains were blue. That's just an example, by the way. There's blue curtains. The writer might literally have just been putting it's just a blue pair of curtains. There's nothing symbolic behind it. But then, of course, the teacher would be like, no, that means sadness. It's to, her drapes are sad. It's just, I don't know what that analogy was there, but yeah, basically, you get the point. Poems just, no, get in the bin. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. Phew, guess that's everyone. Glanced around the room. That was a lot more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even though just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's why I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As we read in tandem, watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with the language, eh? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Doonhamer did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions from my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style, so expected to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Doonhamer liked my poem too, you know. Even he told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous of him appreciating my advice more than he appreciate yours. And let the shenanigans begin. Look at that. Now he's the player. He is the player. And how do you know he didn't appreciate any advice? I don't know what that was. Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go on my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everything okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as the Doonhamer started showing up. What the And this is when the it takes the spiral, isn't it? This is when it becomes worse and worse. Natsuki, that's a little. This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting, guys. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me, as if they noticed I was standing there. Doonhamer, she's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure out. I agree. That's what poems should be like, but they're not. Help me explain that to her, Doonhamer. Wait. There's a real reason why we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meanings most effectively. Avoiding them is not only necessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Doonhamer? Well, how did I get dragged in this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. Help me, Sayori! Natsuki glares at me, drying up with any words. So instead I turn to Yuri. Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori! Eh? Yep. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friend feel like this? Doonhamer, well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict. Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would never. It's your immaturity that made her upset in the first place. Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop! Nat and Yuri. Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everyone to get along and be happy. My friends are wonderful people, and I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with a few words. They didn't give me a few feelings at all. They didn't give me those. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Of ghosts. Ghosts are beautiful, though. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because, well, also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful. Sayori stands triumphantly. Monika stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri rushes off. Natsuki sits there with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing. So this is why Sayori is vice president, I whisper to Monika. She nods in return. To be honest, it might come off as a good leader. I can organise things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing for me. Ahaha. Nah, it's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either. Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she? You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing. I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt. That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monika smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to nod. Such a genuine person really does make a good present, regardless of what she says. If only I could get a chance talk to her a little more. Oh, Doonhamer's getting the wee hots for Monica. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright, but mostly. Doonhamer, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you've learned something from your friends too. So your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more than the kind of poem everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nod to myself with newfound determination. Doonhamer, ready to walk home? You sounded far too happy there for that. Sure, let's go. Hee. Sayori beams at me. And she's definitely got the hots for Doonhamer. It truly has been a while since Yuri and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori, about what happened earlier. What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise, they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you. Phew, you know, Doonhamer, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. Yeah, they definitely do. That's every day is going to be so much fun. Ugh. It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I patched Sayori on his shoulder. I said that's more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yep, let's do this. End me now. Oh, what are we doing now? Lust. Portraits, vanilla, joy, puppies, beauty, giggle, infinites, whistle, love, desire, laugh. Why are we even doing this? Peace, analysis, lipstick, excitement, passion, sweet, candy, milk. What? Why are we writing poems all the time? Another day passes. It's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple of days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Doonhamer. Yo, why did I yo? Seriously, Doonhamer, you yoed? Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. I guess that's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't you take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it over. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins follow. I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have bought a snack before coming to the club room. So either you're not hungry and want an excuse to take a walk, or you plan on conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry, and so that only leaves the one option. I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. Didn't know she was listening. Her face is in her book as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell him to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved in this. So Yuri, besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. And frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. That doesn't happen much. There's no way you could think that. You're right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the retribution. That. Still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside always, isn't there? Don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. What? Kya! Oh, nowhere. Someone smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles on the desk. Ow! What was this? A cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic, so Yuri glances around. Is that a miracle? It's because I pay my restitution. Retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Ahaha! I was just going to give it to you. And then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It's totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Ahaha! Natsuki, that's so nice of you. I'm so happy. So Yuri hugs the cookie. Geez, just eat it. So Yuri rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. Hehehe. You're going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite from her own cookie. Ah, yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Jeez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why do you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Hehehe. Sayori gets out of seat and goes behind Natsuki and then wraps her arms around her. Ah, jeez, I get it. Cookie still in hand, Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey! Did you seriously just do that? Uh-huh. Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. She really is. Monika, can you tell Sayori? Eh? Natsuki glances around. Monika's in the club room. Where's Monika anyways? Good question. Have any of you heard about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Eh? You don't think she has a... Ahaha, I wouldn't be surprised. Probably more desirable than all of us combined. Hehehe, that's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. Ah, there you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Eh? Monika chose the club over her boyfriend after all? You're so strong-willed. Boyfriend? Whatever are you talking about? Monika quizzically glances at me. Ah, never mind that. What held you up anyway? Ah, well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must have not heard it since I was practicing piano. Piano? I was anywhere you played music as well, Monika. Ah, I don't really. I kind of started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. Is it though? Is it really? You should play something for us, Monika. That's... Monika looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. Again, really? I'd also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Doonhamer. Monika smiles sweetly. Aww, I didn't mean any pressure or anything. Ahaha, don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. Just leave the Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up complaining to her anyways. Looks like everyone has settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri's back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Man. Looks like no one wants to be bothered today. I slumped down at the nearest desk. How am I supposed to occupy myself with something literature related by myself like this? I guess I can always read some book of the book Yuri gave me. But I'm feeling a little bit too tired to read. Probably fall asleep right now. Close my eyes and end up listening in. Oh, Sayori's conversation marker. Oh, Jesus, excuse me. It's late at night, guys, right? We're probably going to seem really late compared to all the other clubs, though. Well, we can't give up. The festival is our chance to show everyone what literature is all about. The problem is that the idea of the literature club sounds too dense and intellectual. But it's not like that at all, you know. We just need a way of showing that to everyone. Something that speaks to their creative minds. That doesn't solve the problem, though. Eh? What do you mean? If you come up with the most fun thing ever, nobody will come in the first place if it's a literature event. So it's more important to figure out how to get people to show up in the first place, you know. And after they come, we can do the thing to speak to their creative minds. What's this? Sayori's taking this very seriously. It's rare to hear a delivery engine like this. Oh, that's a good point. In that case, do you think the food will do the trick? What kind? Ah, well, I guess we could... Cupcakes! Ahaha, good thinking. Natsuki would love to do that. Ah, you're right. Natsuki makes the best cupcakes. That works out perfectly. That wasn't why you suggested it. Cupcakes speak to my creative tummy. Oh, you little greedy pig. Cupcakes it is then. I'm hungry. Anyways, we still need to work out the details of the event itself. I find myself smiling. In the end, Sayori is still her usual self. But therein lies the unexpected reason I admire her. Unlike me, who has trouble finding any motivation at all, Sayori can put her mind to things and make them come to life. I suppose that's why I ended up letting her. Oh no, I pressed the button too soon. I can't help but wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. Oh, Jesus! Open my eyes to find Sayori's face filling my vision. I nearly fall in my chair. Sorry. Wait. Actually, I'm not sorry at all. It's your fault for falling asleep like that. This isn't napping club. Does your school have a napping club? You're staying up late again, aren't you? Now that you're in a club, you're going to have less time for anime, you know. You need to get used to it. Don't say that so loud. Glance over my shoulder to see if Monica overheard. It's true, though. Yeah, I know. You're always looking out for me, Sayori. It's what I do best. That's a problem. What about you? You look out for me better than you look out for yourself. You're still oversleeping every day, aren't you? Not every day. That's not very convincing. How many days this past week have you gotten up on time? It's a secret. I knew it. Come on. At least give me the benefit of the doubt. I can't even do that. Look, Sayori, it's written all over you. Sayori glances around to herself. How is it written all over me? We're clearer than a rush this morning. Look, your hair's sticking out all over the place here. My fingertips down the side of Sayori's hair, trying to straighten out. Man, you really need a brush for this. My hair is just really hard to get right. I won't fall for that. There's more than just your hair. Look, your bow isn't straight either. And there's a toothpaste stain on your collar right there. Tried to wipe off the stain with my finger. But nobody would ever notice that. Of course they would. Nobody's going to tell you that about it because they don't want to embarrass you. Fortunately, I don't really care about that. Hey, you meanie. And you don't even keep your blazer buttoned up. Seriously, Sayori, why do you think you don't have a boyfriend yet? That's super mean. Sorry, but you'll thank me later. I start to button her blazer from the bottom. Once you see how better it looks, you'll change your mind. Okay, get a bit hands-on-y here. This is so fun. What is? Well, I was just thinking how weird it is to have a friend who does these kind of things. Don't say that. It'll make me feel weird about it, stupid. It's okay, though. I'm happy we're like this. Aren't you? I guess. Hey, be careful. That button might come off. Why is this one so hard to close? I struggle to fully close the button near her chest. Does this thing even fit you properly? It did when I bought it. Sigh. If you ever buttoned it, you would have noticed sooner that it didn't fit anymore. What are you smiling about? It means my boobs got bigger again. This game. Don't say that out loud. Anyway, you look much better now. So, why did it feel so strange to see Sayori's blazer buttoned up like that? But so stuffy. It's not worth it at all. Hastily unbuttons her blazer once more. Phew, that's so much better. Sayori puts her arms up and twirls around. So if I keep it unbuttoned, then I won't get a boyfriend, right? What kind of logic is that? And why are you saying that like it's a good thing? Because if I had a boyfriend, they wouldn't even let you do things like this. And you could take care of me better than anyone else would anyway. So that's why I'm keeping it unbuttoned. Stop saying all these embarrassing things. I didn't say anything embarrassing. Jeez. Well, I was just focusing on trying to wake up a little earlier. Only if you focus on getting bed earlier. Fine. It's a deal. I guess we really are better at taking care of each other than we are at taking care of ourselves. Yeah, I guess so, huh? So maybe you should come wake me up in the morning. You're doing it again, Sayori. Oh, but I was joking that time. Man, it's impossible to tell you sometimes. Okay, everyone. Monica suddenly calls out. Why do you want to share the poems we wrote now? Yay! Doonhamer, I can't wait to read yours. Yeah, same. I failed to sound enthusiastic, but Sayori still trots away to retrieve her poem. Right, guys, going to leave the episode there, so thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider leaving a like. And if you want to give me some more abuse for playing this game, then head on down to the comments and hit me with some spicy little digs and burns. And yeah, take care. Cheer bye. Then now.